what up, people? It's your boy Chig. You are through to the Combat Show. Joining me, as always, are my two co-hosts and the two motherfuckers that owe me money. Say hello to the people. Hola.
I ain't gonna bring the intro like that, fam.
Goddamn right.
What's happening, people? What's happening? Yeah, man. You know what? I ain't gonna lie, man. You had a good week, man. You had a good week, man.
Yeah, but don't mean nothing, apparently, in terms of points. And then also joining me is
Money Talks, man. Money Talks.
As Dan T also reminded me, you man owe money. Had to say it. Come to collect.
Yeah, man. It's one of them. It's one of them. It's one of them cards, isn't it? It's one of them cards.
Hold on.
But to be fair,
hold
on. I'm gonna be the one paying Will's one as well.
Exactly.
You know what I mean? So
exactly.
Car, I done a DC thing with Will. So yeah, man.
Yep. Who told you was gonna win that fight too?
I'm gonna be unloading.
Calm down.
Should have bet on that too.
Calm down.
I should have bet on that too.
Down.
Hold on, Chick.
Calm down, Chick. Calm down. Okay.
Anyway,
now let's go.
Yes.
Moving along swiftly.
I pokes aside.
Here we go. All right, let's go. 252 card is in action. We are about to review it. For anyone wondering, yes, we are also going to talk about Jon Jones because it's massive news. So we have to talk about it and touch on it. And also for anyone wondering, our boxing show is going to be a predominantly boxing show on Fridays. So all those ones that keep saying, oh, you don't talk enough about boxing, or Friday is your show.
Boxing ain't really been active to talk about boxing, is it? You know what I mean? UFC has been bang at it. They've been bang at it for like 4 or 5 months.
Exactly.
So
the other thing I got to tell you guys, Kenny Ken makes his combat show
on Friday.
So it'd be good to get Kenny Ken and Will jostling over some historical stuff, as I'm sure they will. He was very eager to come on, so that's always good to hear. That show will be a little bit later than normal because the Europa League final's on. I know you lot are going to want to watch it. I'm going to want to watch it. They're going to want to watch it. So we're going to have that around 10 p.m., the show. So make sure you catch that. Gotcha. But yeah, let's talk about UFC 252. And
before we jump into that, apologies for not showing up on Sunday, man. You know what I mean? We have to bring it around on Tuesday, so apologies. But it's not my fault. You know, we have to pay Chick so you know you can get the thing sorted. But you get me.
We don't already know.
But we're here. We're here. Look, we're always here for the listeners. That's the main thing. We are here for the listeners.
Look, we don't talk about what happens in the locker room out here. We don't talk about
that's what I'm saying. You know what I mean?
I lifted the curtain.
That's what I'm saying. No. That's what I'm trying to say. Like, you know what? Let's move on real quick.
I've just decided today. I just thought, fuck it. Let's just use some.
Nah, man. We're good. Man. We're good. But we're here. That's the main thing. We're here. Let's talk about it. I'm more eager to talk about it than you, man. And I'm the one that fucking holding on. You know what I mean? I'm going to hold it on this week.
You lot are going to be the one doing the analysis. I'm just going to be sitting there smug. That's all. So let's talk about
you fucker.
Let's talk about
smug.
Let's talk about
smug. Wait. Calm down.
Let's talk about this. Let's talk about 252.
No. Let's talk about your sugar.
No, let's pick it up.
You're right. I did predict that. But here's the beauty of what I said. I said,
there wasn't no beauty in it.
What did I also say?
Go on, tell us.
Did we forget?
Go on, tell us.
Did we forget? I said I predicted Sugar would lose soon. Admittedly, I didn't think it would be Friday, but he would lose soon. So I was correct.
He lost on Sunday, by the way, but.
So I can still take the
Why
dub.
are you not delaying my suffering, man? Why is you, man, delaying my fucking suffering, blood? What's wrong with you two?
You know? So anyway.
No. I went for my W. No.
Look, this man is stalling on his boy. Let's get to his boy.
All right. Let's go.
Let's get to Cormier. Daniel Cormier.
Well, since you know the card and the winners and everything else, you carry on. I'll wait. I was ready to
start the card.
You know what I mean? Like, okay, Yoda, Souza, we all went. Souza got the win. TJ Brown, Chavez, me and Chigwen, TJ Brown, Chavez won. We got that one. Felix Herrig, John DeRoba, me and Chigwen, John DeRoba, Will went Felix Herrig. He lost that one. We got that one. Me and Will went Vince Pinchen. Jim Miller lost. I knew that loss was coming. You see, I'm not bragging about what I predicted that could happen. I knew that loss was coming. You get me? And yeah. So Jim Miller, man, he finally got that work. He got that work. And my man beat him at his game as well. That was a mad thing.
Chick. No. Calm down. It was just one that Chick got wrong as well. Jim Miller.
Okay, congratulations. I got 2. You also just got more than you. How many of you got wrong so far? What are you talking about, bro? Let's go.
One so far, but go on.
Let's get to the meat and potato of this thing, man. Herbert Burns, Pineda got the win. Herbert Blaze Burns got the fucking extinguisher on his
I'm annoyed
blaze.
because you talked me into this one.
We all went for Burns.
For our choices. No, we all made our own choices.
When he was getting absolutely whooped like that, this guy.
He got the work put on him, blood. Jesus. I was praying for that boy. Trust me. Dodson, Merab. I thought the fight was closer than it looked.
Who's correct here?
The fight was closer than it looked.
Who predicted correctly here?
Well, you went with Merab. You went with Merab. Me and Will went with Dodson. But Dodson don't get finished. What did I say? He don't get blown away. Did he get blown away? He didn't get blown away.
No one talked about getting blown away on nothing. I said he would lose. That's what happened.
Yeah. You know, you just said about Burns getting the work put on him. So I can't say that the next fight is closer than it looks. You know what I mean? But you got the win, yeah. You got the right call on that one. JDS, Biggie boy.
All you reading this?
Oh, fuck you, blood. Everybody's on my neck tonight, you know. And you know the man, I ain't even got my other phone that I used to go to the screen on, so I can give him some work in the chat, man. You know, look, I ain't got my thing. Otherwise, I'll be giving it to you, man, in the chat too. You get me? But look, salute to all of you, man. You know what I mean? Love you all. JDS, Rosenstrike. Do you want to talk about how we put work on him, or can we just move on?
Do I need to say that? I remember Dante.
Let's talk about that. Let's talk about that fight.
Shout out to Dante, because I think Dante was the only one that said, "Don't worry, Chig. That is the safest bet of the night. Guarantee it's the safest bet." And in my mind, I was kind of like, you know what? You're right. I thought unless he does Ngannou and completely freezes, he'll work JDS. He'll work him because
the JDS not working. So the JDS not working in the first round, or are we forgetting that part?
Listen.
Are we just forgetting what happened the whole of the first round? Just
what did I tell you in my prediction? I don't give a damn what JDS does. It's about what happens when he gets touched on them cheeks. Isn't that what I told you? What happened when that happened?
And I also said,
what happened when that happened?
When he got touched, when he went to sleep. You know what I mean?
He has a calm chin when that happens. He has a calm chin. I knew that's what would happen. Unfortunately for him, he's well intentioned. I think he feels like he still has an opportunity at the title, but the man, it's like for me, it's like watching. It's painful to watch for me. Because I feel like there's no chance.
Will, you do remember with both of us did say, because we both went for JDS, and it was more to do with there's no wrong or right pick in this fight, because both of them got knocked out by Francis. Francis knocked both of them out. Nah. So it's one of those where there's no wrong.
10 times it will happen the same thing.
Yeah, I know, but you don't know who's coming gun shy. Do you see what I'm trying to say? So sometimes when two fighters get knocked out the way they did by the next fighter, I'm trying to say to you, you don't know what the next fight is really going to be. Look, that prediction could have gone either way. He's too heavyweight, and after JDS did well in the first round, controlled the whole fight. He didn't even get touched. It looked like he was protecting his chin. He didn't leave his chin out there like he usually does. I don't know what happened in the second round. Jazino just decided to, to literally go for it in the second round. And that was all she wrote.
I saw that fight differently, and I think I texted you lot at the time. I said that I give that first round to JDS, but to me it looked like
I thought he fought well in the first. I thought he fought well in the first round.
But to me, it looked like Jardinho was just trying to test his range, test out his range, see the sort of movement that JDS was doing, and then step that fight up and really step it up in terms of
no one's really ever deny Rosenstrike's power. The guy.
Yeah, he's got lots of power.
The guy's got serious power
and
behind him.
He's been humbled by the Francis experience, because you saw his post-fight interview afterwards. He was saying that no, it looks like Francis is next, and he was very respectful of JDS. You saw him chatting to him in the octagon after he knocked him out. So yeah, I think the experience with Ngannou will hold him in good stead. Whether he's good enough to ever be that guy is a completely different debate. Because now that, obviously, and we're going to talk about Jon Jones later, but now that Jon Jones stepped up, you got to think Jon Jones would whoop his ass. You got to think that I still think he could potentially beat Blades. I know we disagree about that. I think he could.
We'll get to Jon Jones, but I want to see what JDS Rosenstrike. You want to chime in on that one? How you saw the fight, and Will, you there?
You frozen, Will.
That boy, that just we move on. Sean O'Malley and Cheeto. Damn, what happened there?
Your breakdown of that.
I mean, look, again, everything was pointing everything was pointing to Cheeto. To Sean O'Malley. I mean, the promo, the whole build-up, the momentum, and I did say in the last fight as well. I mean, Cheeto was on a 6-fight win streak, so that's no lie to anyone. You see the people that Cheeto's fought, and like I said, beating someone like Song Yadong is no child's play, and Sean O'Malley came in there with momentum as well, knocking everybody out. I went for Sean O'Malley. I did think it would be a more difficult fight for him. Like I thought Eddie Wineland would be a more difficult fight. But Cheeto was the one that actually got it done. And
I'm disappointed in the fact that I didn't pick this, because I think if I really thought about it, I should have picked Vera for the upset. That man was determined. Absolutely determined.
But do you know the craziest thing? Nobody is giving Cheeto credit for that loss. For that win.
Sorry, guys, my internet's playing up crazy.
Sorry,
internet is. I don't know what's happened. Yeah, but
probably got my internet's disease. What's that? You said?
Well, you need money as well. God damn.
Nah, man. I just told the kids to turn everything off. All the games. There's two PlayStation. There's PlayStation going on, Xbox going on, phones going on, everything.
That's you on that Ghana Wi-Fi, blood. That Ghana Wi-Fi, man. You know what I mean? I'm coming here with that Ghana Wi-Fi, blood.
That Ghana Wi-Fi,
What? The one that you're connected to, the one that you use sometimes, you come and use sometimes for your stuff. That one.
I don't mind to touch a Ghana, you know what I mean?
See, chick.
Oh my God!
I know me man can't diss it, you know what I mean. When I'm ready to diss Ghana, how this Ghana?
This one man's internet if you actually use it. You are a joker.
Oh man.
So everybody, look, nobody's giving Chito credit for that win there against O'Malley, because everybody is going on O'Malley got injured. But when I went back to watch it, 2 minutes 54, Chito hit him with the fucking calf kick.
Yeah, I didn't see that
calf kick.
No,
everybody missed that.
I know what
you know what I mean. 2 minutes 54, Chito hit him with that calf kick. As soon as he hit him with that calf kick, nerve damage straight away. Foot turned to noodle. And yeah, soon as I saw that, I thought, holy shit. And I'm thinking to myself in my head, I was saying to Will, I said, surely Chito ain't gonna do a sucking tat. Remember? I said, there's no way Chito's doing a sucking tat here, blood. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Like the man's foot bust up and then you take him down. Are you mad? You know what I mean? Why are you taking the man down? So
do you think O'Malley's fragile then? Do you think he is a bit fragile?
I mean, we keep saying we have
injury, isn't it?
Yeah, but I mean, just because somebody gets injured doesn't. I've been seeing the whole injury prone thingy. You know what I mean? Like it's a fight game. You know what I mean? And these things happen in the fight game all the time. You know, I wouldn't go as far as injury prone and all of that. Like if you see the likes of Cain Velasquez or Luke Rockhold, the amount of surgeries those guys has had, like Khabib, these guys are had untold surgery. You know, Tyron Woodley, and these are fucking tough guys. You know, so I wouldn't go as far as the injury prone. It's like I was saying to Will the other week. Well, when was you talking about Usman's fucking knees? This guy can't run.
Yeah.
Do you know he can't? He ain't been able to run for 3 years. His knees has been fucked up for so long. He just ain't got round to fixing it, but he's still winning fights with it.
When he loses the belt, I think he'll get around to fixing that.
I think that might be the one, but you know, he just ain't got round to fixing them knees. And Joe Rogan is trying to hook him up with someone in Paraguay or some shit like that to fucking fix that fucking thing. Yeah, man. Where the man can get psychedelics and just fucking get into the center of the earth, blood. That man is crazy. He loves to get high in it. You know what I mean?
Wait, but hang on. So can I bask in this win a little bit? Because I done told you guys this was coming, and I said every fight until he gets his loss, I'm gonna call it. But I also said, oh no, chick, hang on. Before you go on and put your roll your eyes as well. Before you go and hang your hat on Chito's little fucking coat hanger, yeah. Did you not say, oh, did you see him? He was scared. He was in his head. O'Malley's in his head. O'Malley's in his head. Was it not you that said all that? And I said to you, nah, he was calm. He was calm as hell. He wasn't in nobody's head. Trust me, he wasn't. He was like, nah, man, he's definitely in his head.
I didn't say he was scared. I said he was in his head at the weigh-ins, because in the weigh-ins, you can see my man was talking a lot about, you're not talking, you're not saying anything, you're not doing this, you're not doing that. That was what I was referring to. But as I just said to Ola, what I misunderstood in that situation is clearly my man was very determined to beat.
Bro,
this is you. Pull it back. But
I also said, as I keep saying, I weren't that impressed with O'Malley. I weren't. I had a feeling that he'd be beat sooner or later. If someone's just a bit gritty. And the other thing I didn't like about O'Malley, my man kept talking about Cody this, Cody that, Cody this, Cody that. What I should have done was really think about that and thought, okay, you've got a determined guy who's focused on his opponent on one hand, and then you've got another guy who's clearly overlooking him and not really focused on a determined, strong, gritty guy that's coming for him. Now, if I had an opportunity to have thought that through properly, I should have picked Vera for the win. I should have done.
Well, you didn't. Please,
But I also
when you lose, stay on the loser's court.
But also, before you start being giddy,
come on.
I said in the same stream, in fact, in the same sentence, that I believe that O'Malley will lose sooner rather than later. That I don't see this title run for him. That I feel like
you discredited Cheeto.
I even went as far as to say I feel like the top 5 beats him no problem.
Okay, so
hang on,
hold on, William. Since everybody is making a case for the people that lose, let me make a case for the people that lost that I picked. Everybody wants to make a case for whoever they pick that lost.
That's what I'm saying.
Let me make a case for
That's what
people.
I'm saying.
I got a whole list for them. I got 6 or 7 people that lost on this card. And I believe on the night, I made cases because I gave the stats for both sides as to why both sides can win and why both sides can lose. You know what I mean? So, but my guys, they everybody fell on their bloody faces, man. It's ridiculous. It's absolutely ridiculous. This whole shit, Sean O'Malley. Look, the only thing that I want from it is for Cheeto to get. You see, fuck that leg injury shit. Cheeto needs to get the fucking credit for doing the thing. It wasn't no leg injury. I don't want to hear leg injury. Cheeto fucked up the leg. It's done. Cheeto mashed up the leg. It wasn't no leg injury, bro. You know what I mean? Yeah, Cheeto fucked his leg up.
Basically,
give Cheeto the credit.
What I'm trying to say is, Tig just went back to describe the fight and said, if he saw in hindsight what I was telling him, how calm Cheeto was,
no,
he would have chose Cheeto. That's what you just said.
That's the part
if I knew how he was. But I told you, I said to you, listen, the guy was calm. They've had an argument. I've watched that, and I'm telling you, this guy was calm, and he's got this. He's focused, laser focused on O'Malley. Trust me.
I don't believe he was calm.
Telling me, but this is what I'm saying, and we go back to it again. That's what I'm saying. Now you're going back to what you said.
Funnily enough, I think they rematch, and I think O'Malley beats him.
Wow. See, this is how you discredit yourself.
But this is the thing. This is the difference. O'Malley will approach that fight completely differently now.
But this is how you discredit yourself.
No, I don't discredit myself. Listen to what I'm saying, bro.
Yeah.
I said at the very first fight, what I misunderstood was the fact that O'Malley was looking over his opponent and that Vera was very determined. I am talking about approaches. I'm not talking about talent. I'm talking about approaches. Yeah. So if they rematch, they are obviously going to have a different approach. O'Malley now is not going to overlook Vera. And from Vera's point of view, there won't be as much bitterness there.
Did any of you see Ben Askren said about O'Malley?
Yeah.
Did any of you see what Askren said about O'Malley?
I saw it. Do you know what? I was keeping that as my cherry on the cake. I was keeping that as my cherry on the cake.
Something about how he expected O'Malley to have more heart or something like that.
Nope. I
remember him saying something like that.
Not that one. Not that one. I know what I was talking about. Not that one.
The stretcher thing.
The octagon
on the stretcher.
Messi Barber.
Like, his friend Messi Barber. He said if you have to crawl with your 2 arms all the way to the back, that's what you do. As a fighter, that's your thing. You can't leave the octagon on a stretcher. Like, people get knocked the fuck out there, you know what I mean? And they go, if you got one leg, Thiago Santos, he didn't work out on the stretcher. He blew both ACLs. Both ACLs. You know what he did? Get your cornerman to carry you. Get your cornerman to put the arm around you and walk you to the back. You know what I mean? Never live on a stretcher. Not like that. You know what I mean? Especially when.
How about this? How about this, chick? Yeah. If you think O'Malley's gonna win so badly, we could put a little something on that. I'm not confident. I'm not confident Cheeto will do it again. We could put a little something on that.
If that's it, we can make a bet on that. Sure.
I love that. That. That's
all right. We can't talk about O'Malley for now, anyways, man, because O'Malley is now suspended. But let's get to the main event first. The main event of the evening, Stipe DC.
Yes, sir.
Will, this is your guy. This is somebody that I know you really fuck with in the in the mixed martial world, and this is someone you respect highly. This is your idol. He's cried on your shoulder. You've cried on his shoulder. You know, you 2 division champ. Yeah. What did you think of the fight? How did you see it?
Well, it didn't pan out how we envisioned it to be, but we take everything as it comes. Like he said, you know what I mean. We take everything as it doesn't matter. Like, you know what I mean. We gave everybody a great show. I mean, all of you and I were talking about who picked this for fight of the night. Who picked through rounds 4 and 5? We were both like, who picked this for fight of the night? And we were like, Chick's got this.
Chick was getting smug.
Yeah, and
because of the way the fight was going, man. Chick was licking his. He was licking his chop.
Chick's got this hard, right? But then it didn't appear like that didn't happen. But like I said before, win, lose, or draw. Look, we came in to mixed martial arts, yeah, from wrestling as a training partner for Cain Velasquez. This is how we left. This is how we left the building. That's all I can say. This is how. It doesn't matter it doesn't matter what we left there. This is how we left the building. Do you know our name? Do you know our name? That's all that matters. If you know our name, then we left the mark. That's all that matters. Anyone can say whatever they want.
Yeah, this is definitely left a impression on the mixed martial arts world, and is someone, if what he says is to be believed, is someone that personally I still think he's got a lot in the tank. I don't want that guy to retire. And Javier Mendez, I said it last week that Javier Mendez said something that DC loves money, blood. If the right number gets thrown at him, DC loves money. Khabib, on the other hand, does not give a fuck about money. And this is what Javier Mendez was trying to say about both guys, that even though they got almost the same qualities, the same beliefs, DC, if the right offer comes out, it could do the thing. Chig, your pick won the fight, man. The guy you picked won the fight. It was 1-1 going into the rubber fight.
Yep.
Was you pleased? How did you see it?
I wanted DC to win, but I said it at the time. I could not see past the Stipe win. I think that Stipe was the more determined guy. You guys know I always approach these things with mentality first. I think he had the right mentality this time. He wasn't angry. He wasn't overlooking DC. I think he looked like he was in a much better place than DC. DC, I think, kind of looked a bit agitated. He looked almost a bit like the way he went into the fight with Jon Jones. It just looked like, he wanted to try and prove something to himself, if anything, that, that he could beat Stipe. It's like, well, bro, you've already beaten him. I think people recognize that you could beat him. I think it's unfair to call him, as much as I would love to wind Will up, it would be unfair to call him a bottler. I've seen people do that. I've seen people in the chat room do that and call him, a bottler, because he has made it. He has been champ. So I don't think you can call someone that's won the belt before a bottler. If he'd never won the big one before, then okay, I'm with you. Sign me up. So he's beaten that opponent before 4 titles. You can't call him a bottler.
And he's defended titles.
And he's defended that title as well. So yes,
what's Conor then if he's a bottler?
Hang on. Before you go on, can you tell the chat room as well? Yeah, but please, it was 2-2 going into the 5th round.
It was scored 2-2 going into the.
Yeah, I had it 2-2 as well.
All I even said it before they even put it up as 2-2. All I said, I put it as 2-2.
I knew Stipe would take that 5th. I knew it.
He did. He did. Yeah.
DC looked exhausted, which shocked me.
DC was fighting. DC was literally fighting like Michael Bisping.
Yeah, he was. But I think also because, one thing he did, which I was shocked by, He did what flipping what's his name did, where he told Steve Play, "I'm going to take you down." So Steve Play had prepared for that, and my man looked very, very strong on the night. Especially
the overhooks and the underhooks that Stipe was employing, it was just nullifying the moves,
being taken down,
the sequences. And I expect, sorry to jump in there. I expect DC to be ahead of Stipe on the sequences.
Yes,
but Stipe put that doubt in his mind from the first round when he took Stipe down, and Stipe, he didn't even get 10 seconds on it. Yeah. And Stipe popped right back up.
And then after that, did it happen again? It didn't even happen again, bro. I think the second time DC went for it, my man went for an underhook. Then he went for kind of a half on half. And then they just jostled. And then I think Stipe ended the exchange with a quick right. And that right was successful all night long, which again surprised me. The damage that happened on DC's eye, yes, he did get eye pokes. But, bro, let's be real here. There was damage on his eye before that eye poke. That eye poke, there was damage around his eye. Around his eye, bro, go watch the replay.
There was a little damage on his eye. There was a little damage on his eye before the eye poke.
I was so into the fight.
It's not the eye poke. It's not the eye poke was the straw that broke the camel's back.
Hand was landing all night long, so I know there was always damage there. In my mind,
though you're talking like Stipe wasn't rocked so many times. You're talking like Stipe wasn't rocked so many times.
Come on, guys. Come on.
So many.
Come on.
Both of them were rocking each other so many times.
Both of them rocked each other still. It was a good fight. For me, this fight, it deserved the fight of the night. It deserved the fight of the night.
But you're saying it.
Be honest with yourself. Don't even be honest.
Be
honest with yourself. By the fourth round, who did you think was going to win?
I don't know. It was 2-2 going into the fifth round.
Be honest. You're impartial. Be honest.
Look, I said from the third round. From the third round all the way to the fifth, I kept saying to Will, I'm disappointed in DC. I'm disappointed in DC. I was saying to Will, this man.
No.
Hold on.
I got you, Ola. The reason why he said he was disappointed is different from the reason you're thinking. So go on, Ola. Now go on. Tell it.
So, in my eyes, I'm thinking to myself, right, you had the game plan. Like, even if Stipe is shutting it down, the takedown attempt, because I believe in my mind and how DC fights, the sequence in the wrestling, the takedown, the move, the traps you set, you can do so many different things. Yes, Stipe was shutting it down, but I was expecting DC to come out and do it in a different way. And that's what I was saying to Will, like, I'm disappointed in DC, man. Like, he's not going for it. He's not pulling the trigger on it. Like, go for it. Yeah, he landed a few combinations, but he had to take one to get in the pocket to land those combinations. And those were good. And that's what really got him the 2-2 that it was at. If he weren't doing that, I would have given DC the first round and Stipe would have won the rest. But because he was getting some shots off in the pocket when DC came in, that's when I thought, you know what, yeah. But as each fight went on, the fight were looking closer. But you still kind of know who was winning what. The only thing for me was if DC, you put the game plan out there, everybody was expecting it. It's not like you're not a man that can execute it, and it didn't do it. So for me, I just for Nerm and DC. I was disappointed in his performance. And Javi Mendes came out last week and said DC's got this kind of performance in his locker where we will talk about doing something and he will go completely separate way. Literally go completely separate way. And I thought DC had, the tools to really take the fight to a next level of wrestling that Stipe don't even know about. And he didn't do it. He just didn't do it.
But he tried. He tried, but he just got
stuck. He tried in the first round. Merab. Yeah. I said again, like I said earlier on, that even though the guy that I pick loses, I still make a case for the guy that won. And I said when we done the show on Friday, that Merab, if he doesn't get the first takedown, he will get his 6th takedown. Because that's all he does. It will come for you. He's got the most takedowns in that division. That's saying something. And they got a whole heap of wrestlers there. You know what I mean? Look what he done to Dodson. Nobody picks Dodson up and walks him half across the cage. Dodson was just helpless. The only thing he couldn't do with Dodson was after picking him and walking him, he couldn't slam him. You know what I mean? Because Dodson was already postured up that, all right, whatever you're going to do here, it's not going to look good for you. I'm going to pop right back up. And it's not going to be none of the mat slams that you're looking. But Merab just kept trying, and he was racking them points up, making it look good for the judges. And that's what I expected. I mean, the way DC picked up Stipe in the last fight and dropped him on his head like that, like it was in WWE. I was expecting some shit like that, because I know he's got that in his locker. He's got that, you know what I mean? And if he tried it, after so many times, there's only so much Stipe can do to defend it. You know what I mean? Especially with the punches and that's why I was disappointed in DC.
Let me quickly respond to this. I'll bring you in. You say that. When have you ever seen someone do that to Stipe, bro?
I said in the last fight. I just told you in the last fight. Yeah, DC was winning like first round to third round in the last fight. Well, you didn't see DC pick up Stipe and throw him on his head all the way up to the ground. You didn't see that? Will, did that not happen?
Even if you say let him talk. Even if you say last fight, prior to
DC's done that to people in light heavyweight. DC does that to people all the fucking time.
Hang on, let him talk.
Prior to that as an opponent, when have you seen someone do that to Stipe? You don't see that often. And clearly Stipe had made an adjustment from that last fight, which the last fight is the one that he won. And people just assume that the only adjustment he made was the gut shots. Clearly, that was not the case.
But DC was winning the earlier rounds before that body shot start coming in. DC was winning the earlier rounds.
He made that adjustment. And
he gets credit for it. But what I'm trying to say is knowing what DC's got in his locker with the wrestling.
DC won rounds 1 to 3. Stipe won rounds 4, which actually was the end of the fight. That's what
in the last fight. In the last fight. So that's what I'm trying to say. DC won the first 3 rounds. He was just beating him up. He won the first 3 rounds. So I was personally disappointed in DC. But Will, you wanted to say something?
No, I was gonna say, like, I don't get this. I get that people are disappointed that DC didn't win. I mean, I was disappointed, but at the end of the day,
it's not a disappointment I think costing him. It's just a disappointment that I know he can really do more.
I know.
You know what I mean?
I know. But what I'm trying to say is, at the end of the day, everybody moans about how, they wrestled so much and they wrestled so much and they wrestled so much and they wrestled so much. My guy has tried to give you a firefight before he leaves the building, and he still gets fucking moaned at. He tried to knock Stipe out. It didn't work, but he tried.
I
don't want him to do that, fam. I want him to live with the fucking belt.
But you win some, you lose some. You win some, you lose some.
I just felt like Stipe was always gonna. I told you, I always felt Stipe was going to win that fight.
Look, I salute Stipe for that, man.
I get it, but what I don't get is, right, is DC's last fight. Yeah, DC's last fight for the title. Come on, you win some, you lose some. He didn't look like, it's not like he lost to fucking Curtis Blades.
But that's what, bro, this is what I started the segment saying. I don't think he's a bottler. I said that. Yeah. I don't think he's a bottler. I don't really understand the kind of disrespect.
Yeah, I mean, we've already, you know, I mean, we've already established what DC done. DC had 11 title finishes.
Let him do what he wanted.
What he wants to do against him, but I think
he started. Remember this. He started as a wrestler, ended as a striker.
Yeah. And for me, I think he'll go down rightly in the Hall of Fame.
I know you hate this, Sola. I know you hate this, Sola. I know you really hate this, but
I know he's a double champ, and I feel like, from my perspective, he tried, but Stipe was the better man, and it does bring me on to, I guess, as we start to transition over towards Jon Jones. Let's talk about, obviously, Dana has more or less confirmed that Ngannou has worked his way back. He rightly deserves the shot. So Stipe Ngannou, let me get your opinions on what you think will happen in that fight.
Do you want to go first, William?
Nah, actually, I'll let you have the floor.
Actually,
first.
You know what? Before you do it, Will, you should probably answer this, because this was the thing that Archie opened with.
Yeah.
So you should respond to it. That when it comes down to it, is he a bottler because he messes up trilogy fights? The Jon Jones one, not the Jon Jones one, because they didn't have 3. This one,
this is the only trilogy he's been involved in.
Yeah, this one.
But he lost twice to Jones anyway. So it could be. You might as well put that in there as well.
Do you think it would damage? Do you think?
But he lost on that different circumstance.
Wait.
We had picograms in that one.
I suppose he's asking because people remember the trilogy fights. Do you think it damaged his legacy? I don't, because he's won the first one. He won that first one. He won in a way the most important one as light heavyweight champ.
I've got a better way of answering that. Archie, the best way I can answer that is, who did he lose to? Oh, the best lightweight of all time, and also light heavyweight of all time, and then also the best heavyweight of all time. I don't think that's really that bad to lose. That's not
when you say it like that,
that's not bad.
You're absolutely right.
Beat one of those guys in one of them fights.
Yeah,
so it's not a bad.
That's not bad. I mean, Muhammad Ali lost to some names that you know what I mean, but he's still one of the good
Hey, listen, Tyson lost to a lot of bums towards the end of his thing. Yeah, and people still look at Tyson like he's the king now. Nobody remembers all them fights he lost.
Exactly.
People just still remember Tyson knocking motherfuckers out.
Yeah. You know what I mean? A lot of people think that Roy Jones Jr. has a better fighting career than Tyson. When you really look at it and break it down, maybe he does in terms of opponents. And even Roy Jones Jr. lost to some bums.
Yeah.
He lost to some bums towards the end of his career.
There you go. Well, there you go. So there you go. That's what I'm trying to say.
So when it comes to legacy, there's a lot to be said about it.
I don't think it damages anything, because, I mean, do you know what I mean? Like, would you class Amanda Nunes, as the greatest female athlete of all time? But she's lost to Kat Zingano. She's lost to a few other women. Do you know what I mean? She's lost to... But nobody cares about them. We only care about her wins, right?
Great, yeah.
And Ola, don't worry, I'm not going to mention Shevchenko. No, she's never officially lost to Shevchenko, so don't worry about that. I'm not going to go there with it, okay? I'll let you lie. I'll let you have that.
All right, let's talk about Francis Stipe. What do you think happens in that fight? Let's go with you, because you like a controversial answer.
Ooh, what was the question again? I was reading
Ngannou and Jones.
Woo!
No, not Ngannou and Jones. Not yet.
Oh, Ngannou Stipe, Ngannou Stipe.
Two.
Not yet. You're going ahead of yourself. So, I think Ngannou wins.
Okay. I'm surprised. I thought you'd go the other way, to be fair.
Okay. I think Ngannou wins, because I think every fight starts standing up. I know he's going to try and take him down.
Mm-hmm.
But I think just the same way he knows what's going to come now, I think he's going to prepare for it.
Okay. And Archie, in retort to that, would you not consider some of the opponents that DC's beating some of the best in the game? Yeah, and they may not have all had.
We're talking Rumble Johnson. We're talking Gustafsson. We're talking. It's beating some Derek Lewis. We saw what Derek Lewis did to that boy last week, man. I mean, that's not easy to do. Come on. I mean,
Uzmir.
Yeah.
Ozdemir, yeah, no time. So this is he's beating some he's beating some people, man. He's been tested against the best, and he came short to two people in his whole time in UFC. Two to Jones and two to Stipe. And
Archie.
I said on Friday, to me, Stipe is the best heavyweight in UFC. In all of mixed martial arts, I went with Fedor. But as far as UFC is concerned, and the way Stipe avenges his losses is what really put him up there for me.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? It's what to go and beat a world champion is one thing. To lose and then go and avenge that, but not once, but twice, it's ridiculous. And every loss that you see on Stipe's lose column is avenged then. So there's no loss on his thing that the man ain't got no smoke back. And that's why, for me, you really got to give it to Stipe, man. Like,
I picked him to win, to be fair.
For me, right now, Hall of Famer, sealed in the heavyweight division history. You know what I mean? He's the best. He's done it. And Archie is not wrong. This is a legend. It might not be the GOAT, but it will be spoken. It will be in the conversations when you're talking about the great fighters that pass through the UFC. And he's going to be an analyst. I'm sure he won't let us forget it, And that's another career that, I would love to see him do well in.
Can I ask Archie a question? Since Archie wants to shit on DC.
We're going after Archie now. We're going after Archie.
Not really. Nah.
This is weird. Okay. Go on.
Now you'll see my love for DC today, aren't you?
Yeah, get Archie, man. You know what, actually? Archie got a man in a fucking different thing earlier on with Ligona and fucking Chig, man, on your live stream earlier on. Archie was on me in the comments, fam. Get him, Will. Hey, William, get him.
Archie, can I ask you, what do you think about Chuck Liddell? Would you call him one of the greatest light heavyweights of all time?
The other thing I would say, Archie, while you answer that, is also, you can't punish my man for being in the light heavyweight division, right? And say, oh, well, he didn't beat enough stars. There's only one star to beat, and that's Jon Jones.
That's Jon Jones. Everybody else.
He beat everybody else.
Everybody else was food.
While Jon Jones was on holiday, he was beating everyone that came towards the track.
Hey, let's not forget he beat Rumble Johnson twice. Who does that?
Yeah.
Who does that, man? Who does that? You don't go around beating Rumble Johnson twice. Are you mad? Who does that? This man beat Rumble Johnson twice. It's not no joke thing. And again, another one, he body slammed like he's nothing. He just picked the boy up and throw him down.
So Archie, what problem do you have with DC being a legend? If Chuck is a legend to you, what problem do you have with DC being a legend?
No, he said DC a legend, but he's not a GOAT.
DC's a legend.
It's not a GOAT. He says it's just not a GOAT.
Yeah, but nobody cares about GOAT or greatest of all time. Nobody cares about them.
I do. Archie does as well. I know Cheek does as well. Because we're speaking about Stipe, and I think Stipe is a fucking GOAT.
No, I'm on about when.
No, you said nobody cares about GOATs. I'm telling you the people that do care about GOATs. I'm sitting here, blood.
Listen. When it's all said and done, there's gonna be only one GOAT of the whole game. It won't
Stipe
be
is that man right now. We're talking right now, today.
Not of heavyweight, not of this. It will be GOAT of martial arts. That's how the thing works.
We're talking GOAT.
It's Michael Jordan.
I hate it. Every single UFC card, there's a talk about GOAT of this division.
Exactly. It's gonna be.
You gotta talk about GOAT of a division, man.
No, it's gonna be one. Exactly. It's just one. Just one.
Only one. Outside of that,
that's why in boxing they have what do you call it? What do you call it? What's that thing that the ranking where you're number one? What's that ranking?
In boxing?
No, not the ring one. The one where
pound for pound.
Pound for pound. That's why we have pound for pound. That means they take your style and match you with anyone. It doesn't matter.
To be fair, they have a pound for pound in UFC. To be fair.
Yeah, but their pound for pound is kind of like different. It's based on votes.
How you mean
like
kind of? How you mean?
It's based on votes. No, it's based on votes and shit like that.
Can you not disrespect the thing, fam?
Fam,
Yo,
do you know where Conor is? Do you know where Conor is? Do you know where Conor is in that pound for pound? Do you know where Conor is in that pound for pound? Do you know where Conor is? Do you know the names underneath Conor in that pound for pound? Do you know the names underneath Conor in that pound for pound?
Yeah, but
okay, that thing is voted. That thing is put on by some people.
All right. Okay. You know, the claws are out for DC. I get it. You know what I mean? You're emotional.
That's why things like that. I think that's one thing I will say about UFC. Whenever they say, "Oh, boxing is too political," this is where UFC become political with shit like this. Like, what's he still doing in the ranking anyway? What's he still doing in the pound for pound ranking?
Exactly.
Listen, are you telling me? Listen. We're talking about one. We're all talking about one fighter that's exempt to the rule. Yeah, in the UFC. Do you think if somebody else was Conor and he's done all of what Conor's done, including announced that he's retired, do you still think he will still be in that fucking ranking? Nah, serious question. Do you still think that person will still be in them rankings? There's
chance.
No way. Exactly. The only reason why Conor's there is because it's Conor.
Did you watch the interview with Schmo and Dana White?
And Conor, and Conor is not just an employee; he's a partner. And if he says he wants his name in the fucking rankings, he wants his name in the fucking rankings.
Exactly.
When that boy says, "I want this," that's staying there. He's exempt to the rules. He's not an employee.
No one doubts that boxing is political, but this is where UFC is no angels. They are political. They're just in a different way.
That's what I said. When you see the people in the rankings, you look at it and go, "What the fuck is he doing here? Why is this guy way over there? Why? What the? Who votes this shit? Is this based on the only thing?
But you just picked out one man's name.
No, the only thing I'll probably agree with is the top three. The rest of it is just like, whoa. What's going on here?
Do you see how quick they moved fucking Triple C from the fucking rankings? Do you see how fast they removed that boy? And he would have been one of the pound for pounds right now.
You didn't watch Dana White's interview with the Schmo. He basically tried to say, "Oh well, I think it's because Conor is still being tested and Henry Cejudo." And in my mind, I'm like, "Oh, shut up! You've been someone
of course,
Conor."
We know he made exceptions for Conor. Of course, he made exceptions.
There's no way that guy's piss tested. No chance. At the moment now, no chance. No chance he's still being piss tested. Must be joking. It's because he's a partner. Like you say, he's a partner. If he, at the end of the day, if he wants to stay in those lists, then they'll be like, "Yes, sir, massa," and then keep him.
It's a money fight. That's the only reason Dana said Conor in fight. You've been saying it all fucking year. Conor is not fighting in 2020 because there's no gate. You've been saying, and I'm bringing, you know what I mean? I'm bringing it back to, like, you know what I mean? You've been calling this for a long time. Why Conor would not fight? It's not because it's Conor. It's because it's fucking Conor. You know what I mean? Exactly. So if he says, "Listen, I want my name left in that fucking pound for pound thing where it is, though nobody fucking touch it or move it," he ain't fucking playing.
You know what? I'm not even gonna lie. Yeah, I watched that Notorious for the first time yesterday.
Oh yes, I have watched it now. Yeah, I did watch it. I watched it in lockdown. Yeah,
I watched it yesterday. Finally, do you know what? I love Conor now. I actually love Conor now.
I like him more after it. Yeah, after that.
For the first bit, not all the way until Aldo. Yeah,
the early years.
Yeah, even how disappointed he really was when Aldo got injured.
Yes.
Yeah.
Yes.
You didn't see that part of him. You wouldn't even see like on the camera. He's all brash and he's a pussy and this, but you could tell in his eyes like, oh my god, what happened? Why did he was kind of like, why did the guy do this to him? Why did he kick him? Like he was. You get what I mean? He felt. Yeah, it's a different side to Conor. Yeah.
Well, I would not be. I will not be watching that show. I will drink the drink, but I will not be watching that show. Now, moving on swiftly.
Oh, you never
want to hear your? Do you not want to hear your performance of the night?
Wait a minute. The guy that drinks the drink, and you never taken an hour and a half to watch the movie.
Nah, man, I don't care about the goddamn movie, man. Fuck Conor.
It's good. It's good. It's good. Trust me, it's good.
Your Khabib bias is crazy, bro. It's crazy. It is crazy.
I like the drink, man. Fuck, you know what I mean? Like, fucking, I ain't know none of them things there.
I kind of understand because I know he did disrespect your religion, but then you disrespect what you drink.
No, I just enjoy a product. Blood. You know what I mean? Just, you know what I mean? Like, fucking, there's all, you know, yo. You know how many people rocking Gucci out there, blood? God. You know what I mean? Let's not, fam. You know, I just enjoy the drink.
Yeah, but we're not them though, are we?
The drink's fire, man. You know what I mean? I ain't gonna lie.
Anyway.
But hey, Chick, when you come down this side of the fucking manor, man, you know what I mean? We will bust a bottle of that. No, just I will prepare that thing, yeah. You know what I mean? We're gonna fucking bust a bottle, man. Trust me. You like it.
We've literally gone so far off track.
So fight of the night. Let's do fight of the night.
Wait. Stipe Ngannou first.
Stipe Ngannou. I'm going for Ngannou. I can't not go for Ngannou.
Normally I go for the first guy that wins these. I've just got a feeling. Ngannou has maybe corrected in at least whatever approach he took in his mind in the first fight. I think he'll come more correct. I think he'll be a little bit more humble, and I think he'll work on his takedown defense.
So why you look at me stupid when I said that before then?
About what?
The same thing you're just saying now. I think Ngannou's going to win, and you went, what? Really?
I'm just surprised. I thought you picked Stipe, to be honest. That was why. I thought you picked Stipe. But yeah, to be honest, I've always thought you picked Stipe. I don't know why. I've always had this thing in my mind that if they rematched, you'd pick Stipe 100%.
Allah's put this thing in your head that I hate Africans, isn't it? Allah's put
yeah, because you do tend to pick against a lot of Africans.
No. I pick who I think is going to win.
Hey, listen. You see when Woodley and Kobe comes, yeah, I'm gonna tell Will to come get his cousin. Hey, Will, come get your cousin, fam.
Ola just plays on the. As soon as he sees me pick, yeah, he just plays on that. You know, that's your country, but that's your.
It's all fun and games.
From Africa, come on. Do you know what I mean? He plays
like
on
Archie said. Chat room. Who do you think? Who have you got? Who have you got in that fight? Stipe or Ngannou? So Dan C says Ngannou. He's waited too long to fuck about. I would also tend to agree with that. Picano, I really hope the fight would go to later rounds to see the improvement on Ngannou's cardio. See, that's where I would worry. I'll be honest. Right. Don't want it to go to round 4.
Can I ask you? Don't want it to do that. Chat room, you can get involved as well.
I'd be a little worried about his cardio.
How soon do you think this fight is going to happen?
Oh, soon. Like probably.
Do you think it happens
early next year? Early next year.
I think early next year as well. Because if you're Stipe, why would you rush into that fight?
Yeah, you won't.
Why would you rush into that fight? I think January next year. I could see that happening. The way I see it, for me, I'm just happy Dana.
Yeah.
Although Dana has a habit of going back on his word. But Dana has at least categorically said, no.
I'm thinking April, man. I'm thinking April.
Because I think they would want to build the winner for a summer showdown with Jon Jones.
I'm thinking April because Stipe has been suspended for 6 months.
Oh yeah, medically, innit?
Yeah, for medical reasons.
DC didn't do nothing. DC didn't do nothing. DC didn't do nothing.
DC is also been suspended for 6 months.
Obviously.
So they've both been suspended for 6 months.
No. Chick said DC didn't do nothing in it.
What did Chick say? Did you hear Chick say Chick didn't do nothing? Because you must be hearing some shit. You might want to get yourself checked out. Because I did not say
Come on,
didn't do nothing.
Come on, Chick.
I said that Stipe had control of the fight more easily than you lot are making out.
When I said DC rocked him. When I said DC rocked him, what did you say? When I said DC rocked him, what did you hear me say?
No? Did you hear me say no?
You said you did, and we said multiple, and I even referred to Ola, and I said
Did you say? I said not that.
But it's for the eye poke. It's for the eye poke. He's been suspended for the eye poke.
Yeah.
Just so you guys know, both of them got suspended. They poked each other's eyes, and they both been suspended for 6 months for the eye poke. DC is not officially announced that he's retired yet. So right now he's just having a medical suspension for 6 months. O'Malley has also been suspended.
Both him and Jon Jones says you can't go out like that. That's both him and Jon Jones.
O'Malley has also been suspended. JDS has been suspended. Herbert Burns has been suspended, and Pineda has been suspended. So those are all the suspensions. 6 months, all medically suspended. And this is by the commission. This ain't even got nothing to do with UFC. It's out of the UFC's hand.
UFC by the commission. My man is trying to get one of them jobs. No, so I got medical suspensions over here. Do you want to know this?
I just, you know what I mean? It's just a little bit of work. Just a little bit of work. You know what I mean? Just a little bit of work.
All that does his job, you know. He does his
job.
But
he's on job.
William saw my book earlier on when I pulled out the thing. Yeah, man. So, fight of the night, Konaka versus Kelly. Performance of the night, Jande Robert, which we said she was going to perform excellently, and Pineda. Both of them got performance of the night, $50,000. Well done to those guys. And next week we have one card, fight night, Edgar versus Munoz. Look, I looked at the cards, and there's maybe 2-3 people that I really know on there. You know what I mean? I know a lot of fighters. So you know, I'll have to do. Let's just talk about the main event. That's the most important fight on there. Even though I love OSP, OSP has gone down to light heavyweight again. That boy's just yo-yoing about, which is what I was saying about Gosalero. But he's back in light heavyweight. He got dealt with in heavyweight, man. He couldn't deal with it. So
but next week we got loads of boxing anyway.
Yeah, we got loads of boxing to cover. We'll make it a boxing show on Friday.
So you know, Will, what are you saying about Edgar Munoz? I mean, Munoz did beat Cody, and this is Frankie Edgar. How do you see it popping? How do you see it happening?
I'm gonna go with Edgar.
You're gonna go Edgar?
Yeah. Let's do it for Jersey.
I'm gonna go Munoz. Don't know by what, but I'm gonna go Munoz.
Yeah, I mean, Edgar's really a 1-4-5 man. Like dropping down to go and fight Munoz is
No. Hang on. Say it properly. Edgar is a 155 champion, former champion, 145 former champion, who's dropping down to 135 now.
Yeah, but like I said, you know, his recent work is really at 145, which is why I was, you know what I mean, talking about 145. Can he do it? Edgar's can definitely get it done. Got the experience. He's even getting blown out lately. No, he's always been in fights, always scrapping. But Munoz is on the up and up, and this will be a big scalp for him. Like, if he wins this fight, it could potentially put him in a talk with Yan, just like that, just off the back of that, you know. And with Dana White not really deciding if Aljo is the guy or not, anybody that comes behind Aljo, if they look good, especially claiming the scalp of a big, former champion like Frankie Edgar's on your CV, that could potentially start putting him in that conversation in the war room, So, but I'm a good Edgar's. Having said all of that, Dominance MMA, you know what I mean? It's signed to my thing, it's in my stable. You know what I mean? I'm a go with Edgar's.
You always go for the more experienced guy. That's why I do.
Yeah. But that's why I laid all his credentials. That's why I laid all his credentials before I said that. So people don't go, oh, he's only going there because it's dominance. I laid all his credentials down. So,
can I say one thing? Yeah, you keep talking about Ali, this, Ali, that, Ali, this, Ali, that. Yeah, let me just say this. Let me just say this. Odi Attar's fighter, yeah, had his first fight in the UFC in 2013. Yeah, in 2020, you're drinking one of his fighters' drinks, and you're about to buy his other fighter's video game, the guy on the cover of the video game, yeah? Israel Adesanya and Conor McGregor, yeah? So please put some respect upon Odi Attar, yeah? That's his name? Odi Attar, yeah?
Is he from Ghana?
No, he's not.
I know them Ghana man, they go that Attar name.
No. Guess what? He's Jewish. Well connected.
Yeah, I like Jewish people. Don't make it look like I don't like Jewish people. I fuck with Jewish people.
I didn't say that. I'm trying to tell you he's well connected. I
could switch on Jewish man same way, I just want to have a Ghana, but so I can really switch on it. You got that. You sure that man there go? You sure that man there fucking got Ghana roots or something? You sure he's Jewish?
No.
All right, okay. But yeah, man, you know what? Salute to them, man. There still, you know what I mean. I just got a manager that I rock with, man. So it is what it is. You've gone with Edgar's as well. You go with Edgar's as well, man. You know you're gonna put some money. But you're gonna put some money in Ali's pocket, man. Don't worry, man. He's gonna eat with that neck brace on his neck, bloody. You get me? So Chi.
Yes.
Main event. Edgar's Munoz.
Munoz for me.
So you go with Munoz.
I'll go with the younger guy. Okay, let's obviously finish off. Obviously, it's not going to be as long a show as our Friday shows.
But both for you, go and look on the card. Register your picks. Put it in the WhatsApp group with Fight of the Night and Performance of the Night, so we don't miss out on points this weekend.
Okay, makes sense.
Yeah, just look on it before the fight happens. Put your thing in, so I can log it in.
It makes sense. Yeah, I'll do that. Not a problem. All right, let's talk about Jon Jones. Obviously, Jon Jones stunned the world yesterday and basically
stole the thunder.
Really decided to make it about him and just decided that he would show the world that he's still relevant, and he has decided to essentially relinquish his title belt. Not only that, he's decided to issue a bit of a challenge, as you guys can now see on the screen, hopefully. So Jon Jones has decided to essentially issue a £100,000 challenge to future light heavyweight champs. He says the following. Jon Jones doesn't think anyone will come close to his breaking his record as UFC light heavyweight champion, and he's willing to bet on it. Jon Jones, who's 25-1, has announced that on Monday he's vacating the 205-pound title he's consistently held since 2011, and challenges any future champion to complete 6 defenses of that title. And the reward is a £100,000 donation to any charity of the fighter's choosing. Jon Jones wanted to challenge fighters to break his record of 8 straight UFC title defenses, but he doesn't think it would be at a realistic task. It's arrogant motherfucker. Anyway,
you know what? Do you know what I tell him? Do you know what I tell him? If I was any of the light heavyweights, I tell him keep your motherfucking money, because when I knock him out, I think my fight of the night bonuses and my knockout bonuses will fucking get me there anyway. So
cover that exactly.
About 100 grand.
If I was in there, I'll be asking, can I use picograms like you did to get to the 100 grand?
Do you know what I mean? Do you know what I mean?
If I can use picograms like you did, then you'll run.
Oh my god!
I read that and I was just like, this absolute. Anyway.
100 grand. You know how disrespectful? 100 grand. You moan about money and then you offer 100 grand for 6 fights. That's what I thought about. 6 fights. 100 grand. That's your reward for. Dana would have probably given it if they went 6.
Yeah, but it's not giving it to the fighter. He said to the charity.
Yes, to the fighter.
The fighter
It's to the charity.
The fighter can make
100 grand is a lot of money for charity. You know what I mean?
Listen, the fighter can make that within 3 fights and then give it on the 4th fight for free to charity.
Some fighters can do that, but look, I'm not even trying to defend Jon Jones in any way, but I'm just saying like 100 racks. So any charity is 100 racks for any charity. You know what I mean? You probably snitch on the charity and say, listen, they will pay their taxes leave, man. You know what I mean? Go get that 100 grand. you probably snitch on them. But look, I'm happy Jon Jones is moving divisions. I'm happy he's changing gears, because he does bring some relevance to the heavyweight division.
Because you heard Daniel on Saturday basically say, yeah, when Jon Jones decides he wants to come back,
he talked to us. Yeah,
he was told straight, only one fight to make, and that's the rematch.
Yeah,
to the fight he just had. So I say just had. He had earlier this year. Well, not even earlier this year. It was last year now, wasn't it? So yeah.
This shit, you know what? Yeah, you know what UFC reminds me of? Yeah, it's like Marvel Comics. Yeah. So, not Marvel Comics, DC Comics, and the guy who just left the building's DC as well. So Superman dies. Yeah. Superman dies, and then everybody comes out.
Yeah.
What the fuck is this?
Yeah.
Yeah. DC leaves the building. Now we've got Jon Jones going to heavyweight. We've got flipping Anthony Johnson coming in. We've got this guy going here. We've got that guy coming in.
Hold on.
This.
Are we really comparing DC to Superman right now?
I'm just saying.
Hold on.
Just saying. It's my guy, so I can. I'm just saying. Just saying.
Thanos don't come through and fuck up everything, including Superman, DC, Marvel, you name it.
Yeah, but Thanos is for Marvel. We're on DC Comics right now.
Well, I don't give a damn. Thanos can still whoop everybody else on blood-clad DC.
Nah. It won't get past Superman.
It would. Who fucked up Superman? Did Batman not beat his stupid ass? Didn't Batman fuck up that boy? Did Batman not beat that boy up? Don't start with me.
Jon Jones did. Yeah, Jon Jones did. Yeah.
This is why we look like strokers, because we're going from a real fight to talking about. People be like, these guys are clowns, bro. What are you talking about?
Nah, but yeah, don't it feel like that though? Yeah, DC leaves now. Jon Jones is going heavyweight. Like,
yeah, it's good for the division. What you don't see the upside?
Coming back.
Don't you see the upside in the whole thing though for the division?
I'm just saying.
It shakes up the division a little bit. Now. So I asked a question in the chat room earlier on, and Chick did say leave it till the show. So I suppose this is probably going to be the last topic of the night. Like, who does DC fight in the heavyweight division? Leave out DC, leave out Francis, and leave out Stipe.
Who does DC?
Chiga asked you earlier on.
Who does DC fight?
Because
who does fight? You just said who does DC fight, and you said
no, Jon Jones. Jon Jones.
Oh, okay.
That's why I said leave out DC. That's what I meant.
Leave out DC, leave out
Francis,
Stipe, leave out Francis, right? because we hope and assume that the fight will actually be made between Stipe and Francis. In the meantime, if Jones is serious about stepping up, then you have to give him an opening fight. Who would it be? And now Ola actually asked me this in the group. I said, you know what? This would be an interesting conversation for the actual chat room. So you guys have your opinion. If you're watching this in the playback, leave it in the comments, and I will comment on it, and I'll show the boys what your answer was. Why don't you go first, Will?
Since you guys are talking, I thought you guys would have the floor. I'll go last if you don't mind for this.
I'll go second last. So go on then, Will. Go on then, Ola. It's your question.
It's my question, so I got to answer the question first. God damn. Look, I'd go JDS. Why not? I'll go JDS. Yeah, I'll go JDS. I'll go JDS. I'll go JDS because I don't want nothing to kill Jones's momentum of getting up into the top 5 and fighting somebody in the top 5, because JDS is now out of the top 5. Biggie Boy is, taking him. So I'll go JDS. I think you also got to give Jones somebody that's competitive. So JDS is still a big name. He's still a former world champion, regardless of how you look at him now in the heavyweight division. Recently beat Derrick Lewis. We know he's lost fights to Curtis Blades and Ngannou. But for me, I think JDS would be a very good welcome fight into the division, because we know Jones is only going to have 2 fights before he start talking about Stipe. He's going to have this welcome fight, maybe another 2 fights to get ready for the title. So I have Jones coming into the division, probably going to have 2 fights max, maybe even just the 1 fight if he wins in impressive fashion. But it's got to be a competitive guy, because if he comes in like Kemaev, beating some no names, there's not going to be no respect in the win if Jones does get it. You know what I mean? So they're going to give him somebody. Well, I think he should get somebody that's slightly on his way out, still competitive, got a big name, and if Jones can get it done against him, then they can start looking at the likes of Blades, maybe even Biggie Boy next. You know what I mean? And see how he deals with that before you start talking to the champion, wherever the champion is at the time, between Francis and Stipe. So, obviously, by the time Jones gets there, we would have had an answer. That's my feeling. And I think it'll only take 2 fights for Jones to really get to the title if he keeps winning in that division.
My answer is not going to be as long as Ola's. I'm going to give Overeem. I'll give him the ring. I think
Overeem is a good shout.
I think
it's still competitive.
It's a good matchup if you are trying to prepare for Ngannou in some ways, because I think he has a similar sort of dimension to Ngannou. Don't know if he hits as hard, but he does hit pretty hard. And it's not necessarily good preparation for Stipe. But I guess if you're Jones, part of you has to ask yourself, who do you think you're likely to face moving forward? Who do you think wins that fight, Stipe or Ngannou? So if I'm Jones, I'm thinking, all right, I would take JDS if I think Stipe wins, and I take I'd take Reem if I think Ngannou wins, because I just think their dimensions are very similar to his potential future opponent. So that's my personal opinion on that. So what about you, Will? I'm going to give you the heavyweight list just in case.
I don't need it. I got my guy
already.
Okay. Yeah, got a cock block ready.
Right.
I'm a firm believer of Dana's little thing if he hates you. I don't think Dana hates Jon Jones particularly, but I think he hates someone in the top 5.
Blades.
And that's who I think he's gonna get. That's who personally I think he's gonna get. The thing is, they're not gonna risk. If Jon has vacated his title, it's different if you have the title. if Jon has vacated his title down at light heavyweight, they're not going to risk giving him a rubber match just in case he gets knocked the fuck out. They're going to take him straight to the top to fight for the championship because that's they need the money. They need that kind of, that kind of name to it. So I feel like they're going to fast track him, and the best way to go in is to go in against someone who Dana hates, who's relatively not going to be a very, very hard opponent compared to most others in the top 10 of the division.
Only problem in everything you just said is Blades could turn his light off.
I don't think Blades can. I don't think.
You don't think he can?
I don't think Blades can.
Wow.
I wouldn't be that confident in that statement either. I as much as I don't want to agree with Will, I don't think.
I don't think Blades can.
I have my doubt because I did consider.
I don't think Blades can.
I think anyone in the heavyweight division can.
I know what you're saying.
It's not being there. It's not being there. This guy does get. This guy does get touched, But go look at Jones's last 2-3 fights. He does get touched.
The only thing I'd say is I don't think Jones would want to. I know this is going to sound stupid because you're going to tell me DC. I hear what you're saying, but I don't think Jones will necessarily, in his first heavyweight fight, want to face an accomplished wrestler. I don't see that happening.
This is gonna Blades is the next best wrestler there.
He's all about Blades.
Yeah, I just said Blades.
Yeah, so that's why I don't think he would want. Do you know the reason being? He's been very tentative about going to heavyweight, and I think it's because he's very conscious of the weight, of literally the weight that he's facing. I don't think in his first fight he'd want to risk it against. Listen, for whatever you want to say about Blades, the man is an accomplished wrestler. I'll give him that. I think it's a risky fight in facing Blades. Whereas I think a JDS or a Reem, let's face it, as wonderful champions as both of those guys were in their various organizations, they're finished. Let's just be real. They're finished. So I think those are safer bets.
That's why I went for because it's a safer based on his way out. It's a competitive name. Curtis is too hungry, man. He's not losing no stock. Exactly. Like you beat Jon Jones, the man that no one else has beat, and Blades gets him and does him, and probably does him in an impressive fashion as well. His stock goes right through the roof. You know what I mean? And look. Right now, they don't want nobody to beat Jones till he gets to them stages where he's talking in and around. I just think Blades is way too high.
I completely disagree with this statement, Akina. I completely disagree. I could not.
Really?
I can't tell you.
Akina, man. Come on, man.
You know what? I don't think you two have actually done your extensive research on Jones. Do you actually know what people say about him? The heavyweights say about him that train with him.
I know what he says about the heavyweight.
Exactly. That's what I think you know about the same thing. I know what he knows.
I know what he thinks about the heavyweight and what he says and why he stayed out of it for such a long time. I know what he says.
I'm sure he could ragdoll many a heavyweight, but not
nobody in the top 10. I don't think he does that to anyone in the top 10.
We had this discussion 3 weeks ago. Blades
what did I say?
Chick, please give me that list. Give me that list. Give me that list. Give me that list.
Go on. You want that top 10 list?
Yeah.
Please.
Everyone can knock him out other than Blades. That's what I said. I said that. I said everyone in the top 10. I didn't say top 5. I said top 10. Could probably knock Jones out other than Blades.
So Ngannou is number 1, but Blades is number 2. Cormier is slipped to number 3. Jairzinho is number 4. Lewis is number. Oh, they're tied 4th. Okay, weird. Okay,
that's why I say JDS is just dropped out.
Overeem is number 6. JDS is 7. Volkov is 8. Oh yeah, Volkov. Yeah.
Volkov is a name. But it's not a former champion like that. But it's a good name.
Saki is number 9. Never heard of
this. Yeah, okay. Yes, that's Japanese.
And then Walt Harris is number 10.
Yeah, I mean, what Harris is even decent enough, but the way he lost to Reem the last time, I thought that was demoralizing. It'd be dread to give him Jones. So yeah, I mean, I don't know, man. I like the Volkov name. I think Volkov is a good.
I think
It's a good
I
name.
think
Volkov, Reem, JDS.
I think Jon Jones would
Your
win the
guess?
fight.
No. You didn't say that.
Understand what I'm saying.
As a welcome fight to the division.
So,
We're not talking like, you know what I mean?
I'm talking about, like Ola just said, a welcome fight. If I'm Jon Jones, Blades is risky. That is risky. As a first fight in the heavyweight division, that is risky. And I'll give Jon Jones something. My man is calculated. I can't see him saying to himself, all right, cool, I'm going to go for Blades. Even though Blades, I wouldn't say is the biggest heavyweight. So I can see your thought process. But I think stylistically, I can't Jon Jones.
Jon Jones. You know what? Do you know one thing?
Against a wrestler in a heavyweight division.
Personally, I don't trust Jones to put all the weight required on without testing hot.
You still make no sense,
bro. No. I'm talking. This is. Look. The man that respects the power in the heavyweight for so much, because I've heard him talk about it, and putting all that weight on to get up there and be strong enough with those guys that we just mentioned. I personally don't see it. I don't. Look. It's up to him to prove me wrong. He put me in this mode to think that, it's something that he could do. I don't trust Jones to go all the way to heavyweight like Gustafsson done it and do it properly. I think it might want a little something to help him to go that extra mile. You know what I mean?
Alan, once again, I'm not saying that would not happen. I mean, Jones would beat Blades, but
it's a risky call. That's what we're saying.
I think it's not risky at all. I don't know what. I don't get it. I don't get how.
Put it this way: I don't anticipate that. If he does it, kudos to him. I think that's a big risk personally. Kudos to him.
But the problem, what you guys don't understand is, right? If you guys see that as a win for Jon Jones, yeah, then Dana sees it as a win too. Dana don't want Curtis Blades around them sides. Who's he gonna call? Yes, he's gonna call the Jon Jones. Who's he gonna call? Jon Jones. I just feel like he's gonna get that. I just feel like he's gonna get Curtis Blades just to get Curtis Blades out there, position Jon Jones. So when they talk about him fighting for the title after Ngannou Stipe, no one will have anything to say about it.
I see what Pukini is saying, and everybody's thinking.
Yeah, he only took DC down once.
Blades just comes with wrestling. I'm still saying, Blades can still turn your light off. Blades can still, you know what I mean? Blades can fucking knock man out. Don't go on like Blades is just gonna come and wrestle man, and that's it. Blades can still knock man out. He can knock man out. He's got knockouts on his bloody record. Go look at it. And the only 3 fights, he's lost 2 fights. He's only lost 2 fights.
I just think
the same man.
I don't want the takeaway from this to be, these don't think that Blades is good, would beat Jon Jones. Please don't misunderstand what I'm saying. I just think it is if you are planning Jon Jones, maybe I'm looking at this too boxing wise, because I know boxing wise you do a lot of planning if someone steps up into a division. But if I am Jon Jones's advisor, right? There's 2 fights.
I do not pick Blades for him.
I just don't pick Blades.
Great. But it's Dana who's picking the fights for him. So
so we've come to the edge of, you're not in the war room. You're in the war room. You're not in the war room.
No. I'm not
it's
saying
Dana that's picking the fight for him now.
No. I'm trying to say no.
You say he's Dana picks the fights, but ultimately Jon Jones will have that.
Has to accept it. I know he has to accept it. But what I'm trying to say is the same way you, me, everybody else thinks Jones will win against Blades is the same way Jones will feel when he's signing that to say, yes, I am fighting him.
Okay. I suppose when that time comes, we will see.
He reckons he gives up his title next week, so we'll see what happens. I guess in the next couple of months, because you'd have thought the fight, whatever his first heavyweight fight will be announced over the next couple of months, presumably. So let's see.
Yeah.
Let's see.
He's been training this whole time anyway, so it's not like Jones has stopped training at any time. He's been training. He just needs to put the mask on, and he knows where the drug dealers' corners are. So he'll get there. He'll get there fast enough. We'll.
Really he's taking that shit. I'm telling you.
With Julius,
Israel was the first one to break that. They are testing less. They're definitely testing less.
Yeah, so yeah, man. I'm happy to see him come in the division anyway, because is whilst everybody is being suspended, we need something, because Francis can't fight, Stipe can't fight, and DC can't fight, and them man are in the top three. So it's cut his blades down. That's able to fight at the moment. So we need someone like Jones in there to go and mix it up. Even do an interim fight till Stipe is prepared to come back. We might not see Stipe for another year. Stipe might say, "Yeah, I've just had my suspension. Now I'm going to take 4 months to prepare." Stipe might just do that, So it might be the next 10 months before Ngannou even sees a title shot. So we might get interim title in the middle of that. So it's possible.
All right. Well, thank you so much to everybody watching. Hopefully you guys enjoyed this very belated show. We'll obviously be back on Friday, where we'll have a guest, and that is Mr. Kenny Ken. Talking all things
big
boxing. So hopefully you guys, all you boxing guys, will really enjoy that show. I have to reach out to GDPT and make sure he doesn't miss the show. So we will be covering really one card, and that is, much to Will's dismay, the matchroom card ending with Dillian White versus my brain is gone. Povetkin. I saw the P and I couldn't see anything else. So yeah, hopefully you guys enjoy that. We'll be back on Friday. Please do slap a like on this video. Hit that subscribe button. We are nearing 150 subscribers, which is fantastic. Let's see if we can push
it to everybody.
And anyways, before I go, Archie, thanks for pissing me off with the DC thing, but he's still number one. He's still number one. I'm gonna say
he's number 3. Get it right, number 3.
Listen. I'll say it. Yeah, like the Brett the Hitman had said. Yeah, he's the best there was, best there is, and the best there ever will be, in my eyes. So fuck all of you.
No, you know what? Salute to DC for what he's brought to the game, man. You know what I mean?
Yeah, but of course. Listen, all joke. As much as I love winding Will up, he's a legend.
Yeah, you lot have tried tonight. You lot have really tried.
He's
tonight.
A legend in the game.
He's cried on your shoulder. I know you're gonna go and cry on his shoulder.
Do you know what? Do you know the difference? You know the difference when it comes to Usman and Israel. Yeah, I try to be serious. Fuck you, Archie.
No. But you pissed me off for fucking Usman the last time, blood. Did I wish?
No. I tried to be serious with you guys, yeah.
No, man, trying to tell me my man didn't get no fans. Who gives a fuck about that, blood?
DC, yeah. Remember, it's DC. Well, yeah. Can I ask a question, you two?
Bro,
what do you think about this? I know it's about to end, but what do you guys think about this? Body shape wise, right? I know not skill wise, body shape wise. Don't you think Israel versus Boriccia, yeah, it's kind of like your guy, Joshua, and my guy, Wilder. Body shape, isn't it?
What are you talking about, blood?
Ooh.
Always find a way. Trying to get a rise to the Joshua thing. I'm not gonna
anybody would think Wilder's from Ghana, you know, blood.
I know, right? I know.
Anybody would think Wilder's from Ghana.
We trace his roots. Everybody from Alabama is from Ghana.
Oh goodness. Anyway, guys, we are out of here. Please enjoy yourself. We'll be back on Friday. It's 3 days from now. Friday. Make sure you tune in 10 p.m. Remember, 10 p.m.
10 p.m.
This week will be 10 p.m. And we'll be with Kenny Ken. So until then, we're out of here. Take care. We out.
Out.